Hello and welcome back to Patriot Contraptions. So today's video is really special to me. It's because I've been on YouTube now 10 years. 10 years I've been on YouTube. I can't believe it. It's been like insane. But anyway, so in order to celebrate this, I am going to be going through like my top 10 videos of all time on this channel, just why they're special to me, kind of just watching them with you guys, showing you some background information or talking about some background information more so within these videos, and just why they're special, why I love them, why they make this channel what it is. And also, if you guys are interested, please leave a comment below with ideas of different things you think I should build in order to celebrate this 10-year anniversary of the channel. Special time for me. I've been spending a lot of time recently just working on the studio. I think I've spent the last 3 months just getting new equipment in, figuring out how it works. Part of the reason I haven't been filming is I've been so busy just upgrading stuff that I haven't had time. I physically have not had time to film. So that being said, this is going to be just the beginning. It's like the tip of the iceberg. But let's get into this video. Let's watch these pieces of history now, how I started this channel and built it up, and what the videos mean to me right now. So starting off, the first video on my list we are going to watch is how to build a cardboard boat ASAP. Let's see it. This is the first video I ever posted on this channel, and I'm still happy with it to this day. Let's take a look. Here we go.
Options here with a fast how to build a cardboard boat. First, plans. You always need plans. Just the main thing is...
Okay, I gotta stop for a minute. My voice in this is so funny. Like, I cannot believe I allowed that to get posted with that old audio without a decent microphone. It's just so different for me to hear that now versus the microphone I have today. It's so weird. But back then, that was like the best microphone I had available. So just kind of cool.
Is allow an 18 by 30 inch place per person. Next, on to what you need. You will need duct tape, glue, tape measure and clamp, cardboard, a knife, paint, and a paintbrush to paint with that paint. Then on to the build itself. First, build the interior dividers of the boat, sticking to your plans, and then connect these dividers by putting strips of cardboard down the sides of the dividers and gluing them on. Then...
Okay, so looking at this video, it's kind of funny to look at this, and in the video we're going to watch next, just a little bit of it, just the difference in quality between these two videos. That's only about 2 years maybe of skill that is different there between these two, and it's like just night and day. So it's just kind of special to me.
Add the exterior layers of the boat by folding cardboard over these dividers. Be sure when you're adding the exterior layers to interlock the grains of the cardboard. What this means is take and look at the cardboard. It has grains on it. Turn these two grains to 90 degrees or perpendicular to the layer before them, and then glue it on. Then add several coats of paint to the boat, and you should end up with a
boat that looks like that. Pretty slick looking boat if you ask me. But there you have it. That is my first video ever on YouTube for this channel. And I'm still kind of proud of that. For a 1-minute video, it gets all the key points across about how to build a cardboard boat to this day. And I'm happy with that. Next on, let's move off to my extreme cardboard boat video. You can tell we've kind of got a thing going here with the cardboard boat videos on this channel. And part of that is just because cardboard boats are such a great learning opportunity to just get used to building things without necessarily having to keep them afterwards and store them. Also, you get to ride in them, which is something that you can't say about most projects you build. So I still love them for that particular reason. But secondly, and just because it happens to be the next video I chose from this era of the channel, it's the Extreme Cardboard Boat video. Let's take a look. Okay, so at this point, YouTube wasn't providing any music that we could download as creators to use, and yet there were still copyright striking a ton of videos if you used like any type of even like audio that you thought was okay to use. So what a lot of us did is we tried to make our own music basically by using tracks and stuff that was just like combined together, like drum beats, sounds, stuff like that. And a lot of times it didn't work out. Sometimes it did. So it's kind of funny to hear this now. Okay, so right there. Look at the difference in quality between that boat's frame and the previous boat's frame we just saw. That is like night and day, because this is what it looks like when you take like 3 weeks to put together a frame as opposed to 1 day to put together a frame. Timing makes the difference in just about everything when it comes to building stuff like this. And it's just so critical to take that into account. It's just really cool to look at that and see that. So I'm going to actually mute the audio on the video, and we're going to let it roll here. I'm going to speed up a little bit here, move more towards the end. And the other part is, like, this build really taught me, like the section you can see here, just building all the accessories for the actual boat. It's just something really cool that I hadn't done before, hadn't put the time into the extra stuff, hadn't painted all the numbers on it and everything. And then just to keep doing that and to get the finished boat here. Oh, this is funny. So this is actually my dog right here. This is Elliot. And this is Spot, the dog you can see right there in the background. So it was funny because that dog is actually modeled after my dog, and they're the same size, and it's just hilarious whenever I see the two next to each other, because it's like Spot is Elliot, and so technically my dog got on the boat in a way. And here's Spot getting painted. So little special thing there that I still have Spot. He's still right up on the wall, enjoying everything. And there's our finished boat. That thing just turned out amazing. So very happy with that. Very happy with the way it went overall. And there's Spot. Got his spots on finally. And the race day. Oh yes. So there's the concept, and there's the finished product right there. Spot on the front. Very fun build. Super fun to make. Let's move on. So next up, we're going to watch the video, probably all the way through on this one, of my homemade off-road three-wheel bike. That rocking camera right there is just like, what was I thinking? Forgot about this. Okay, so what you guys can't see there is that this is actually not dirt that I'm riding on here. This is actually a huge pile of ice and snow, and it's probably just mid like 40 degrees right now. Winter was just coming to an end. They had this huge pile of snow that was just piled up in this parking lot, and it was like the perfect spot to shoot this because you had no obstacles, no like ground cover that you could ride through. So you were just going over the ice, and it was just really fun to do. So fun. Yeah, this necessarily wasn't a good idea in hindsight. I remember just waiting for the camera to have that much like light so that we could film that previous shot there. And then going out in the dark and filming it was kind of sketchy. So right there, what he was going over is actually the same snowdrift we were riding earlier in the day. We actually came back and filmed it on that. So that was kind of fun. Okay, so we've seen the three-wheel bike. Still one of my favorite videos ever. I've also got a tutorial on how I made that bike, or not really a tutorial, just a show. But that bike is just really cool because it's built from just scratch stuff. Like, if you actually look at it here, the frame on this, the front part there is just a 2x4, and then the two sides are from two entirely different bikes. And you've got the middle, which is part of like a clamp leg fixture we just happened to have lying around that I decided, okay, we have this metal, I'm going to weld it on there. And it worked out okay. So we've got parts from like 4 bikes on this, and it all came together pretty well. It functioned, and I think that bike, I was able to ride it for 4 years before it finally broke when we were kind of jumping it over some curbs, and the frame finally gave out. It was just too much for it. But it was a lot of fun. So let's move along. This is our 4th video here in my top 10. It is my homemade cargo bike. The next bike that came after the bike you just saw, the 3-wheel bike. Now the reason for this bike over the previous one is because I needed something that could go longer range. So I was looking for something that would go like... Okay. Yes, I'm wearing high socks with shoes. I'm definitely a fashion statement. Don't worry about it. Definitely fashion right there. So this is actually the same spot we shot from the previous video. And this right here, this perspective of riding the front of the bike, like looking out that front of the bike with the flags, that is something that'll never grow old for me because it was just so different for a regular bike. You normally are just looking over your handlebars. Well, on this bike, you were looking over 2 handlebars. It was just really fun to just hang out there, look over the bars, and then just feel like, whoa, I'm steering, but I'm not actually steering these bars. I'm steering the bars that are way out in front there. So that was a lot of fun. And next up, we're going to have one that's even more crazy. This is when I started to get into Nerf for a little bit on the channel, and then YouTube pulled some stuff where they weren't quite sure if you were going to be allowed to do Nerf videos with monetization, so I stopped. And I decided, like, okay, we're just gonna not do those for the moment. But in the meantime, I built this mech suit. The first mech suit ever, which actually... Hey guys, I'm the Juggernaut. I love that shot right there. Never grows old. Patriot Contraptions here, and today we're checking out my Juggernaut suit and what it means to be a Nerf Juggernaut. Okay, that intro is still one of my all-time favorite intros. The angles, the camera time that I put into that still makes it just all-time favorite. I mean, that shot right here, coming up the front of the suit, is just one of my favorites. Like, right there, that shot right there is just probably my all-time favorite filming angle of this particular build. I'll grant it wasn't painted at this time. I ended up painting it. It looked really cool. But overall, love this build, loved this video here. The rest of this is mainly just explaining the suit itself, so that's why this video makes it in my top 10. It's just that mech suit is something that went on to become just this greater project that has just engulfed me. I mean, even now you can see there's a mech right there, the Mark I prototype I built. And it'll probably continue to go now that I've got my studio back up together and we're ready to shoot some more footage. But the suit, even in this part, is still in its early phase. The reason I chose this video is because it is in that early phase, and you can see just all the different raw components, the PVC parts, the just basic Nerf components, and everything that just, I feel like, encapsulates this channel. The DIY aspect of just go out there, take what I have available, and put it into something that is a little bit different, a little bit out of the box. This is just scrap plywood, and then using ropes to pull up the turrets on this is just different. Today I would probably use electric, but back then I didn't have the money for lifting solenoids or lifting any kind of electric hoist mechanism. I just didn't have the funds. So instead I went and I used ropes, and I was able to do it with what I had. And that's one thing that I hope this channel inspires anyone out there to do, is just use what you have available, just move forward regardless. There's almost always a way to figure out how to do something if you just put enough time and effort into the thought process. Next up, we're going to do one of my more new tutorials, for lack of a better term, more new. And this is going to be my how to build a cardboard boat video.
Hey guys, welcome back to Patriot Contraptions.
And
Today,
there I am.
I'm showing you one of my favorite subjects, how to build a cardboard boat. Now,
Seriously, guys, at this point, if you hadn't guessed that building a cardboard boat was one of my favorite subjects, I think I've already had 2 videos talking about this, just in the top 10. And yes, it is. This is the last cardboard boat video in here. But this is just a contrast, and the reason this made it onto my top 10 is because this video contrasts so much how my editing skills have changed between that first DIY moment where I filmed and it was like 1 minute long, to where I'm actually doing a detailed instruction video of how to build a cardboard boat. And for me, it shows just the development in the channel itself as I moved forward and I overcame some obstacles. I got some better software, and I think there's like a 5-year difference between that first video. Might even be a 6-year difference between that first video and the video you're seeing now with the how to build a cardboard boat here.
I've been building cardboard boats for over 5 years and have many first place trophies and even a couple best
This is
in
also the
shows
first time I used green
for my
screen.
boats. Now we're going to focus on 3 main areas today. We're going to focus on the design phase, the construction phase, and then we're going to wrap it up with some final details and what you need to look for. Also, if you stick all the way to the end, I'll even give you 3 of my pro tips that'll help your team do much better on the
Pro
water.
tips.
Let's get started. So we start off every cardboard boat project pretty much the same way.
So
With the design.
this video is a little bit long, but if you notice here, this is actually, I'm pretty sure this is the same blueprint I used in the original how to build a cardboard boat ASAP video, because this was filmed after I had finished racing, and I was able to think about this for a couple years, and I kind of created my thesis of the best ways to build a cardboard boat, and then I filmed this video as opposed to the original video, which I was filming during the actual process of building cardboard boats. So let's move forward here a little bit, and we'll see for the first time ever I'm starting to use components like this where I'm actually animating
Going to be completely
and
fine
adding
because you've got this
background
wall
to the video.
stopping the water from getting where that rower is into where the next rower is. It also adds structural integrity. Fantastic. Now we're on to my favorite part of any build.
Oh, that's from an
the
extreme
actual
cardboard.
build. Construction. Hands-on building, which is just always fun. So, let's get down to the basics first. You gotta have a budget, and you gotta stick to that budget when it comes to construction.
Okay, so that's enough of that video. You guys can go and watch the whole thing. It's 10 minutes long. I'm not going to have you guys go through it. It is a fun video to learn from. But I just wanted to show you some of the key things that I felt made it worthy of being in my top 10 playlist. Now, let's move along here. The next video is one that I filmed. Probably the first one I think I actually filmed in my new studio area once I moved. And this is my cardboard bicycle kayak trip.
Hey guys, today on Patriot Contraptions, I fail at jumping a hill, get chased by geese, and end up in an epic conclusion where I am towing a kayak with the dirt jumper. All on this episode of Patriot Contraptions. Stay tuned.
Okay, I totally forgot that this was part of the Dirt Jumper series, but it technically is. I started out filming that video as a dirt jumper video, and then it ended up just doing exactly what I said there and turning into this kayak trailer video, which I never anticipated it coming and being filmed that way. But it was one of those days where I needed something to do, I wanted it to build something, and it worked out. So I went ahead and I started building, and I put together my frame. This is also the first time I ever used these.
Cut them up and use them as various parts of the trailer. I also have shelving parts, which I'm not sure we're going to need those yet. And of course, I have my tires, which are hidden right up to the back. Those are 20-inch tires, also left over from the three-wheel bike. So
Just an assortment of
we'll
everything.
get all that together.
And it was
hopefully by
from the
end of
three-wheel
day,
bike. I
we'll
forgot.
Back
So
down
yeah.
to the lake with the kayak and get some fun in paddling around, even if I can't do jumps. So there you have it. New plan. Dirt jumper, pulling kayak to the lake, back to the studio in one piece. Let's do it.
To a build montage. I love angle grinders. It's not the safest there wearing short sleeves,
So what I just made is the rear section. This is our main rear axle section. And what I'm doing here is this bottom bar is basically making these two parallel as they're going to get. So I've got it locked in here right up to the edge. Got it locked in there right up to the edge. That stays up against it. Then these two tires are going to be relatively parallel, which means we're getting our job done.
And I'm not going to spoil that video for you. If you want to see the rest of the video, you can head on over and watch it in the playlist. That is my cardboard boat bicycle trailer, or cardboard. That is my kayak trailer for my bicycle that I made, and it's also part of the Dirt Jumper series. So you can go over to the playlist and watch that as well. Really fun video, and I had a blast using it. I still have that trailer today with the upgrades on it that I've made, which you can see in a follow-up video. But still one of the coolest builds out there. The next one, though, I think takes the cake for just being all-around useful and just boss. And that is my John Deere 214 homemade snow cab video, or my snow destroyer. This thing was an absolute beast when it came to doing snow. And I will say, like, I got up super early just to film this scene on a weekend because I definitely wanted to film it with the lights, and I knew that it would just look so cool. So it was fun getting up that early and actually having a reason that really gets you out of bed in the morning, aka going out in the snow, getting soaking wet, getting in a tractor, and blowing some snow with your epic invention. I mean, that was so much fun. So here we go. This actually took several takes to get that shot. And there you have it. Obviously, you can see the rest of that video. And there's a whole build video on that snow cab as well. But that video is just special to me because it showcases that tractor in its fullest form. That's probably the closest I've come to actually replicating the extreme cardboard boat build more recently, where I've taken a concept from my head and taken it as far as I can physically take it as far as completing it, putting the lights on it, in this case adding the flapper mod to the blower, and just doing everything like that in order to make it fully functional and not just semi-functional just to fulfill the task. It's also got the looks, it's got the paint, and it's got flames on it. I love putting flames on stuff, so I've got to get an excuse to do that again. We'll see. Maybe that can be in part of my New Year's resolution. Build something with flames painted on it. Sounds like a good idea. Okay, let's move along here. The next video does have some flames in it. It's going to be actually of that suit right there behind me, my Mark 1. This video intro. Funny thing, that is my actual garage door opener. Oh man, that is that is a fun intro, and the other part of it is that intro is actually only like about maybe a fifth of the length it originally was, because I had a whole scene that I filmed originally wearing the suit that took me probably about a day and a half to film that I actually scrapped, and I ended up filming this instead, because it just made more sense for the suit to cut it down and not have a 5-minute video of this epic suit up scene. But that suit is so much fun to wear. Like, walking around in it, hanging out with my friends, having the lights on it now, being able to go out at night. And I don't know if I actually showed you guys that. Maybe if you want to see a video of this thing at night, just let me know in the comment section below. I'll film some night footage of it. It's pretty neat. I've added some LEDs to it, so there you have it. That's my Mark 1. Obviously, builds on the channel. Let's move along here. The most recent video that made it to our top 10 video list here of all time is my barrel train video.
Hello and welcome back to Patriot Contraptions. Today I'm going to be building a barrel train from all of this black pipe that you can see behind me.
Now note, for this video, this is the first time I've actually ever gone out and bought metal for a build. That was a huge thing in the channel where I actually made a little bit of money off the channel that year, and I was able to actually go and buy black pipe. So thank you again for subscribing and allowing that to happen. I had to get over 1,000 subscribers, and I managed to do it, I think the year this was posted, if I remember correctly, and I finally made a little bit of money, and I was able to go out and buy some material and do this build. And I'm hoping, thanks to you guys, I've bought a new GoPro that I'll be using more in the future. I've got some more shop equipment, and we'll be able to do more epic builds like this. It should be a lot of fun. Let's take a little bit of a look here at this video. Most of you guys have probably seen it. I'm just going to fast forward here, get to some of the cooler parts so you can see. And I didn't really measure the corners or anything. It's all pretty much freehand. Okay, so this part right here, drilling through that metal was ridiculous. Like, in the video it takes like 10-15 seconds to do. In reality, that's hot rolled axle steel. It took me like an hour to drill those holes in that. It was crazy. I went through like 4 or 5 bits before I finally found a bit that would actually go through those. I think it was like a carbide tipped drill bit, and then I was actually able to make some progress on that. But anyway, I'm not going to go through that entire video with you guys. It's on there. We'll skip to the end a little bit and show you just what that project ended up looking like. But the whole build
and the little seats
is
with their
on the channel.
T-posts in the middle.
and man, did it work good. I hooked it up to the tractor for the first time, and I was smiling the entire time I was driving. It was unbelievable, as you can see here. This thing is a thrill to ride and to drive. I had my brother actually give me a ride in it at one point. And there you have it. So that's counting down the top 10 videos from all time on my channel. You guys can go and check out the playlist for that. It's been a ton of fun having you guys along for this ride over the last 10 years. Please leave a comment below, and if you are new to this channel, just subscribe to it if you want to see more epic builds like this. But leave me a comment for all of you guys out there with what do you think should I build for my 10-year anniversary? What epic project? What would be like taking things I've done on this channel just to the next level, to the extreme, maybe combining some ideas together. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm looking for something that's just like something that'll be a top gem of the channel, like something like the Extreme Cardboard Boat build or the Snow Destroyer build. Something like that where it just take it to the max. So give me your comments below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Have a fantastic day. Patriot Contraptions, signing out.